Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. I am your host, your ghost host, Wes Troop. And I am back this week with another episode where we're going to see what went down at Walt Disney World. And a bunch of news happened in the last week and some change since the last time we met here. And we're going to find out what's going on in the trending topics. All right, we are going to start our journey around Walt Disney World over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Always a lot going on there lately. And there's been another update for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge as Fastpass Plus reservations are finally available for Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run for guests planning visits on or after February 19th. So it's coming soon. As a result of the addition, Fastpass Plus tiers at Disney's Hollywood Studios are also changing and will have this following structure. So DHS goes by the two-tier system. You choose one from Tier 1 and then 2 from Tier 2 as your Fast Passes, and then, of course, you can do more once you use those. In Tier 1, you can choose from Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run or Slinky Dog Dash. And then in Tier 2, you can choose between Toy Story Mania, Alien Swirling Saucers, The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, Star Tours, Voyage of the Little Mermaid, Disney Junior Dance Party, For the First Time in Forever, a Frozen Sing-Along Celebration, Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, Muppet Vision 3D, Fantasmic, and Beauty and the Beast live on stage. So, definitely, that's a lot better than the last time that the tiers had basically everything, every ride but Star Tours in the Tier 1. Last time I went, and I ended up picking Tower of Terror because I don't want to miss my Tower of Terror. But now that's a much easier time to get those other fast passes there. To make sure you're going to get on the things you want. I don't think I've talked on the show about Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run yet. I liked it. I didn't love it. Between the two, I'll tell you what, I'd probably, personally, I would pick Slinky Dog Dash as the Tier 1. And in a couple months, I'll be making my selections. But, it's harder to get on for me than a Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run, as I can go in the single riders line and that's that for that. So, yeah, but so if you're planning on hitting up Hollywood Studios anytime soon after February 19th, know that you can get a Fast Pass for Smugglers Run if it is a must-do ride, and then you'll be able to get all the choose from those others as well. And speaking of Hollywood Studios, another change has come as a result of the massively popularity of Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Though guests used to have a 2-hour return window to the attraction when their boarding group was called, under the new policy, now in effect, a 1-hour return window is given. So guests will need to pay close attention to the notification they receive from the My Disney experience to make sure they're able to queue with their boarding group. So, massively popular Rise of the Resistance. Haven't been on this one yet, but I'm dying to get on it. I'm going to have to wait a little longer, but it is what it is. So, Rise of the Resistance has a virtual queue, and they are giving you an hour now instead of 2 to get over to where you need to be to get on Rise of the Resistance. So you better believe I'd do a death sprint over there because it is pretty hard to get on. So just make sure you don't miss if you're in the virtual queue, don't miss your boarding group or your SOL. Yeah. Definitely looking forward to checking out Rise of the Resistance. And right now, there's no plans to have a fast pass, for that to be in the Fastpass Plus, but it will be coming sooner or later. Imagine how hard that Fastpass will be to get. It'll be much like Flight of Passage. I have a feeling that'll be hard to find. Now we're going to park hop over to Epcot because Epcot's new nighttime spectacular is coming soon, and that is HarmonioUS. And a new sneak peek for park goers excited to experience the upcoming show was revealed. And also, we now know that HarmonioUS will feature a total of 5 show action barges that will form a compass with one extra large Marge, in the center and 4 surrounding it. The barge featured in the video that Disney released is 30 feet wide by 75 feet long, and like the other barges that will be featured in the show, features large screens as well as equipment for pyrotechnics, light, and water effects. Now, there's no official date for this opening of HarmonioUS yet, but Disney is already testing certain show elements at the park after hours, including audio, lighting, and more. And in addition, Epcot's World Showcase torches, which are currently out of service, are being refurbished so they will be ready to be lit once again as part of HarmonioUS, which is set to debut, get ready for this, sometime this spring. So it's pretty soon. I'm kind of bummed that I won't get to see Epcot Forever, the show that's going on right now. That was the temporary show in between Illuminations and HarmonioUS, but on the bright side, I will get to see HarmonioUS. Definitely looking forward to this. Loved Illuminations, but it had been there a long time. So I'm excited to see something new in its place. Definitely love Epcot at night. And now we're going to park hop right back over to Hollywood Studios because beginning on February 7th, guests who visit the Walt Disney Presents will be able to get a sneak peek of Pixar's new film, Onward, which is a fantasy story following 2 teenage elf brothers, Ian and Barley, who set on a quest after being given the chance to spend one day with their late father. So, of course, they do the sneak peeks in the theater over at, I was going to say One Man's Dream. It's not called that anymore. Walt Disney Presents. And this Onward movie, I think it looks all right. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt do the voices. Of course, I'll be seeing it because, I review every movie that comes out. So I'm sure I'll have the review up on my channel when it comes out. But it looks fine. It's a Pixar movie. I'm sure it's going to be good. And over at the Magic Kingdom, it was announced this week that the Muppets Present Great Moments in History will once again be performed across the Hall of Presidents at the Heritage House during President's Day weekend from Saturday, February 15th through Monday, February 17th. But instead of alternating the different shows, the only thing that they will be doing is the story of the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. Paul Revere, there you go, which will be presented during the limited time return. So this went away after the holidays over at Magic Kingdom. I actually watched the parade over at Liberty Square this time, the Festival of Fantasy, and I sort of just was staking out a space for the parade, and Great Moments with History came in. I had previously just sort of walked by, watched a few minutes and walked by. So this time I got to see the whole entire show, and I was glad I did now that it went away, so I could say I saw it. I thought it was really cute. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. So I was sad to see that it was leaving. Yeah, so it's going to make a comeback for President's Day weekend. So if you're a fan of Great Moments in History, definitely check that out at the Magic Kingdom. Now, hopping over to Disney Springs, where concept art was released showing off the new M&M store that will be coming to Disney Springs later this year. The location will be situated in the former Fit to Run and Curl locations next to Splitsville and across from House of Blues. Unfortunately, the existing location in the Florida Mall will be closing soon to make way for the opening of the new Disney Springs M&M store. So if you're a big fan of M&Ms, you like the candy, you like the merch, an M&M store will be coming to Disney Springs later this year. So check that out. And finally, Disney has announced a new special offer on Memory Maker for eligible military service members and their spouses. From now until December 18th, there's an offer for these guests for a special discounted price of $98 for Memory Maker, which can be purchased at any Walt Disney World ticket window. So if you are looking to, you're going to have a vacation between now and the 18th of December and want that Memory Maker, which can be very great. You don't have to worry about taking pictures, even though people still do. The photographers or the great photo boxes in some of these meet and greets will take the photos for you. Definitely prefer the photographers, as those, I've seen what the photo box pictures look like, and I was barely in them. Yeah. One of the characters gets cut out. My head gets cut off. You know, great picture. I'd like to pay for that. Yeah, I definitely prefer the photographers there. But anyway, not to go off on a rant, Memory Maker for $98. If you are an eligible military service member and you're interested, check it out. All right, well, that is the show. Until next time, when I'll be back next week, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/HitchHostShow. Follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Follow on the Twitter @HitchHostShow, and the ghost will follow you back. And of course, if you want to listen to the show, or you are listening to the show, you can do so over on Podbean, hitchhostshow.podbean.com, or search under West Troop or the Hitchhiking Host Show on iTunes or Stitcher. Until next time, don't forget to
hurry back
for the next episode. See ya.